Something that comes up in many of Shakespearean sonnets is the concept of time. We can think of time as separated into hours, minutes, and seconds, or we can think of it as being separated into days, months, weeks, years, and so on. Years, of course, are separated into seasons, and Shakespeare's Sonnet 97 deals with the changing of the seasons. We should consider, though, what separates each season from each other. To many people, the summer is their favorite season. Colors are brighter, the temperature is hotter, the sun is at its most intense, and there is a general feeling of liveliness in the air as people and all living things spend time outside. To some people, fall is the favorite season. The end of the summer gives way to cooler temperatures, and the bright, vivid green and yellow of summer foliage changes color to hues of orange and brown as the trees begin losing their leaves. Temperatures drop, but there's still a liveliness in the air like summer. Animals, such as birds and squirrels, are also still around. After the trees end up losing all of their leaves and animals disappear into hibernation or other parts of the world, fall becomes winter. To some, winter is the worst season. In places like the north, the cold can feel intense and oppressive, and the vibrancy of summer and fall feel like a distant dream. Not everybody feels this way, of course, but it would be hard to deny that winter is hard. Shakespeare's Sonnet 97 starts with the narrator feeling freezings and December's bareness everywhere because of the narrator's absence from thee. He's referring to feeling dead inside and seeing deadness all around, like that of winter because he has been away from his companion and his lover for far too long. The next line reveals that it is actually not winter at all, but it was summer's time, the teeming autumn with big, rich increase. So rather than the time of his separation from his lover being winter, it was simply like winter. And although the trees were big with rich increase, meaning the plants were at their most beautiful and fullest, it felt like the dead of winter without this person. Along with the beautiful plants and foliage of summer, a key feature of the summer is singing birds. You may realize that the winter is finally coming to an end once you hear more birds out singing at the beginning of spring, and it is a sure sign that things are going to be more lively. But even though it is summer in the sonnet, the birds are mute and dull with cheer because the pleasures of summer wait on thee, meaning, of course, that the narrator cannot truly appreciate the beauty of birdsong and the season that it signals because of the absence of their lover. Birds sing in the winter, of course, but there is a decreased amount of them. The narrator also says that the sights of the season remind him of an unfathered orphan, simply because his lover is not there with him, stating that, yet this abundant issue seemed to me but hope of orphans and unfathered fruit. Meaning the abundance of life in the seasons of summer remind this person of a child without a father because the lover is not there. So the question becomes what the significance of all this is. What's so important about the seasons? How does the sonnet change the way we consider love and companionship? What about time? Are there any other connections we can make to this sonnet and other of Shakespeare's sonnets? Like many of Shakespeare's sonnets, Sonnet 86 is concerned with time. Like stated before, time here is looked at in seasons, and the narrator of the poem remarks on the fleeting year and admits that they are dreading the winters near. Of course, the passage of time only leads to one thing, aging. After many fleeting years comprised of seasons, one will age and die. Another thing Shakespeare's sonnets deal with frequently is the nature of love. Love is a strong bond between two people that is individual and can only truly be understood by the people in love. And from the outside, it can look strange to those who haven't experienced the intense feelings of being in love or the subjective lovers experience. Love can also lead to obsession, though, and this is what I think is happening here in the poem. While the narrator clearly feels they're in love with this person who is gone, it seems illogical to be so in love with them you can't function or appreciate the beauty of life without them around, and that is a problem. How would you feel if someone told you they were incomplete without you, or that they were like a puzzle that is missing pieces? Does that sound healthy? Would you like to be in a partnership with someone who feels they are only half a person without you? Aren't strong relationships built by two complete people? The narrator of this poem does not seem to realize this. Shakespeare's sonnet also brings up questions of subjectivity. To the narrator of this poem, they dislike winter, but this is entirely subjective. Just because winter does not have the vibrancy of life or that fall or summer has, there's still plenty of beauty to be seen in the winter. Personally, I love winter.